As drummer for the legendary Nirvana and frontman for the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl has been one of the most important and influential figures in rock music for almost 3 decades. Yet, despite his fame, Grohl still sometimes manages to go under the radar. Here's a look at the untold truth of Dave Grohl.
Oh, what's that? A bell? Time for school.
Heartbreaker. After Nirvana broke up in 1994 following the tragic suicide of frontman Kurt Cobain, Grohl found himself in high demand, and he was soon offered an amazing job as the drummer for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. For his audition, Grohl played with the band on Saturday Night Live. No pressure. Naturally, Grohl killed it, but he decided to turn down the offer of a permanent position because he wanted to do his own music. It would prove to be the right choice. Solo artist. Following his brief stint with the Heartbreakers, Grohl went into the studio intending to record some demos for some songs he was working on. He came out with an entire album, playing every instrument on every song except for one guitar part on a solitary track. For the album, he even taught himself how to play the guitar in a unique fashion, translating the strings into their drum set equivalents. He told Rolling Stone, "The low E string is the kick drum, the A and D strings are snares, the G, B, and high E are the cymbals." Grohl originally intended for the songs to be released anonymously, but after he got a record deal, he decided to put the album out under the name Foo Fighters. Drum Master. Despite being one of the best drummers in the world, Grohl primarily sings and plays guitar in Foo Fighters. That means some poor guy has to play drums in front of Dave Grohl every day. At first, it was William Goldsmith, who Grohl hired onto the band when he realized he needed other people in order to perform his songs live. But in 1997, during the recording of the second Foo Fighters album, The Color and the Shape, Grohl became unhappy with Goldsmith's work, requiring the poor guy to record 96 takes for one song, and over 13 hours worth of takes on another. Even worse, all of that work got thrown out later when Grohl decided to just re-record the drums himself for almost the entire album. Understandably frustrated, Goldsmith quit the band and was later replaced by Taylor Hawkins, who is still in the group today.
Was it hard for you to give up being the drummer? I mean, a lot of people would say you're the best drummer of your generation in rock and roll.
Well, I disagree with that, but when you have a drummer like Taylor Hawkins in your band, I don't necessarily miss being the drummer because I have the greatest drummer in the world.
Bad behavior. Grohl has been married to his wife, Jordan Blum, since 2003, and they have 3 daughters together. His romantic life hasn't always been so rosy, however. He was in a high-profile relationship in 1998 with Louise Post of Veruca Salt, until he dumped her via long-distance phone call, simply because he wanted to hook up with Winona Ryder. What's sadder, Post got the call right before a Veruca concert, and she got so drunk she could barely play. Those bad romances came in the wake of Grohl's first marriage to Jennifer Youngblood, which ended in divorce in 1997 due to his infidelities, but it also led to a professional split. Foo Fighters guitarist Pat Smear is very good friends with Youngblood. When the divorce happened, he sided with Youngblood, so much so that he left the Foo Fighters, eventually reconciling with the band years later. Dave loves Dave. Foo Fighters are one of the few bands in recent memory that transcend genre or demographics. It seems like everybody loves them, even grumpy old David Letterman. In 2015, he invited the band to be the last ever musical guest on his last ever late-night show. He had but one request: play their 1997 hits Everlong. So why the Foos? And why Everlong? Back in 2000, Letterman had open heart surgery. Afterwards, he had one request. He wanted the Foo Fighters to play his show. Fan favorite. As much as the fans love Grohl, he loves them right back. For example, in 2006, a pair of miners in Tasmania were trapped underground and sent a request to rescue workers to have an iPod full of Foo Fighters songs lowered to them. Grohl responded first with a heartfelt note, and then later by giving them free concert tickets and backstage passes to meet with him. He even wrote a song for them, called Ballad of the Beaconsfield Miners, which appeared on the Foo Fighters album Echo, Silence, Patience and Grace. And in 2015, after a group of 1,000 Italian musicians playing the Foo Fighters hit Learning to Fly went viral, Grohl traveled to Italy to put on a show for them, and even brought some of them on stage to play the song with him. No love lost. After the death of Kurt Cobain and the end of Nirvana, there was no love lost between Grohl and Cobain's widow, Courtney Love. For 20 years, Grohl and Love took turns suing each other over the rights to Nirvana's music, while taking petty potshots at each other in public.
I've never written a song about him, so I'm going to sing you one right now.
Okay.
When the drummer tries to sing, everybody better hide. when the drummer tries to sing, God, let's all go inside. Oh yeah, all of you that love all things food. Dave, I have to tell you, Kurt hated you.
In recent years, though, the hostility has subsided, with the pair even embracing when Nirvana was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2014.
I mean, look, if you can like give up a grudge like that, because there was a lot of crap that went on, I think anyone could do it.
Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.